Good afternoon, everyone. I'm back again, Lucha FM, with another episode of the AEW Ring of Honor hard reset save. Where you left us off last, we basically produced our first shows for AEW and Ring of Honor. I think the goal each episode is basically do a 4 weeks worth of episodes for AEW and Ring of Honor. I think doing more than 1 week in per episode, pushing it a bit in the time limit that we have. Sometimes we might be able to, for instance, we've got Wrestle Dream in 7 days, so we might be able to do it as an extra with the pay per view, but we'll see how it goes. We'll just go through. I noticed this yesterday when I was playing the game offline. Figurehead Air View. So I was quite curious. So if we go figurehead first, basically you've got the usual ones. You've got Adam Page and probably Kenny Omega is our biggest star according to the creative, but you've got MJF. So like Adam Page and MJF are probably going to be the main two stars on the men's side of things, but obviously we've got Swerve, Will Ospreay as well. So anything can happen. We can switch them. But I think if we've got Adam Page, MJF, Swerve, and Will Ospreay for the next say 5 to 10 years. Obviously, I'm pushing the younger guys as well, but just to have them off the bat is great. And then obviously on the female side of thing, we are lacking a bit on stars. We've got Mercedes Monet, but that's about it. So we need to build the women's division up properly. And then on the figurehead figurehead air. Try and say that 10 times. We've got obviously they've still got Adam Page in there, but we've also got people like Anthony Bowens is somebody I want to try and push, but according to this, he's lacking on a lot of things. A lot of reds here, so maybe we'll just have to see how it goes with him. Athena is definitely somebody on the female side of things I want to push. We've got Austin Gunn. Buddy Matthews is another guy I want to push as well. I feel like he's very underrated. Daniel Garcia, definitely somebody I want to push. Darby Allen, I literally want him to be our version of Sting. Eddie Kingston, I think he's a bit old, but I mean, I'm a big fan of his. Eddie Kingston, he is my guy. But unfortunately, he's a bit old now. But we'll see, we'll see. Hook, Jack Perry, see another one, Jamie Hayter. So on the female side of things, we've probably got Mercedes Monet, Jamie Hayter, Athena. Probably need another woman there. Julia Hart maybe as well. Chris Statlander, she's growing on me in real life. I'm starting to become a bit of a fan of hers lately. Mariah May, I keep forgetting about her. Mariah May, definitely a star. So actually, the women's side of things isn't as bad as I thought it was. But obviously, Mercedes Moné is the standout star. Um, but yeah, like I said, Swerve and Will Ospreay are probably very good figurehead air. So I think what I'm going to do is put him as the air. I can never pronounce that word, air. And then for figurehead, I'm thinking for now, I'm thinking MJF, even though there is a few reds here, he's not a face. Actually, I think it needs to be a baby face. Um, I'm going to have it as Kenny Omega for now, even though in the next 12 months I'm probably going to retire him from basically the game. Will Ospreay lets you know that he's absolutely furious that he's not your choice for figurehead. Okay. Well, that didn't work out well, did it? Okay. I didn't know that would happen. I just assumed Will Ospreay would be okay with that. So Will Ospreay is annoyed that he isn't figurehead, but he's not over enough yet. I mean, he is just about over according to this, but he is slightly lacking in other areas. So I'm thinking in the long run, maybe Will Ospreay versus Kenny Omega as a storyline. Obviously, let's have a look at storylines. Um, I'm thinking of just getting rid of this one, to be honest, because it's not really grabbing me. So I'm getting rid of that one. But I'll think of another tag team storyline, a better one, because I think the Outrunners, as soon as they win the tag titles, I think that'll be it. Really, I think that the same. I think it's the same that what happened with the Acclaim. As soon as the Acclaim won the tag team titles, they were still massively over for a bit, but I think it just went a bit downhill. I think people just want to see guys chase the title, but then once they win the title, I think that's when it becomes a downfall for him. But yeah, Daniel Garcia, Jack Perry's been a really good. Well, I feel like it's been a really good feud. But according to this, it's a little cold. So we need to figure out how to hot that up. I have done a lot of parts in this storyline so far. I feel like I have. And then in contrast, the Mariah May Tony Storm storyline is very hot. Let's just go through the Mariah May Tony Storm storyline for a second. So we basically started it with Tony Storm making the save, and then we did she cut a promo with Mariah May. So, and I have done other parts as well, but for some reason it's not showing up on here at the moment. And then obviously on the other women's side of things, we've got Mercedes Moné versus Willow Nightingale. It's kind of not really done much at the moment. It's more of a slow burner with that one, but that's very hot. And then we've got the Hurt Syndicate with basically Lashley taunting Swerve before his match against Brody King. And then we've got Will Ospreay versus Carl Fletcher. So all we've done so far for that is a hype video. But obviously moving forward each episode, we will be building the storylines up. We do have a tournament for the heavyweight title, so let's have a look at that. So yeah, sorry if I keep saying a lot. I've just noticed that. That's very annoying of me. Right, so we've got Adam Page defeated Ricochet. We had Bobby Lashley defeated Brody King, and we had Daniel Garcia defeating Brian Cage, and Jack Perry defeated Darby Allin. So moving forward, so in this episode, we've got these 4 matches we have to put in. So I'm thinking 2 on Dynamite and 2 on Collision. So I think on Dynamite we'll have Hook versus Takeshita, and then we'll have Okada versus Jay White. And then on Collision, we're going to have Carl Fletcher versus Will Ospreay, which will definitely kick off the feud properly there. And we'll have Orange Cassidy versus Shelton Benjamin. So, yeah, so hopefully an interesting, entertaining episode for you lot. But let's get it cracking. I just feel like there's other things I need to talk about. Oh, yeah, I did do offline, I did some tamping around. I think I told you about David Finlay being in the Bullet Club Gold, but if I haven't, he's in the Bullet Club Gold now. Formerly in Bullet Club with Juice Robinson anyway, and they were a tag team. They were tag team champions as well. In the Don Callis family, I've put Gabe Kidd in there. Trent Barretta's there, but he's injured. So it's basically at the moment it's going to be Gabe Kidd, Takeshita, and Carl Fletcher as the main members of that group. House of Black have turned babyface. They saved Darby Allin from an attack. So Brody King, Buddy Matthews, Darby Allin is a member. And then I think eventually I might put Buddy Matthews as the leader of the group. And we've got Julia Hart as support, but she's obviously a woman. She's going to be wrestling on the women's side. We've got La Fascion Ingarbliadas, or whatever they're called. I can never pronounce their name. We haven't done anything with them. LAX I've added, which is going to be Eddie Kingston when he comes back from injury. We've got El Hijo del Vikingo. We've got the return of Mike Santana, and we've got Thunder Rosa in there as well. I've started a new heel lucha, no, not heel group, sorry, a babyface lucha libre group with Bandido as the leader, Hologram and Commander and Mascara Dorada as a member. I think what I'll do is if I end up hiring or promoting any masked lucha wrestlers from Ring of Honor, I'll probably put them instantly in this group. So this group will probably never go anywhere. I can't imagine they're going to go very far up the ladder. I mean, I am pushing Hologram at the moment, but they will get wins and that stuff like that. Don't worry about that. They are going to be. We want to try and get the as many Hispanic audience members as possible. They're called Mascaradas de Justicia. I can't remember what that means. I did actually put. I think I put in Lucha Libre Justice or something like that. If you know, Google it. If you don't know, Google it and then let me know in the comment section. We've got a new stable starting soon with called the Monet Corporation, which has got Mercedes Moné in it. In fact, I'm going to put some people in here now. So Athena is going to be in there because she's in a storyline with Mercedes at the moment. Could do with a logo for the Monet Corporation, which I will figure out offline in a minute. Let's just go through the roster. Try and make it females only, I think. Do you know what? I'm going to do the rest of that bit offline because I think that's a bit boring for you lot to be watching. So we'll do that afterwards. But at the moment, Athena's in there. And then we've got obviously the conglomeration. I've recently signed Josh Alexander. I didn't know what to do with him at the moment. So at the moment, he's in the stable. I think that's it. I don't think there's anybody else there. Dark Order. I've brought in Alan Angels back, so they're going to be like a sort of like a not a jobber, but sort of a jobber stable. Get the occasional win, I think. The Elite's the same. The Hurt Business is the same, even though I should be calling them the Hurt Syndicate, but well, doesn't matter. I will be adding to the Hurt Business as we go along. I've got the Mogul Embassy, which is Swerve Strickland as the leader, Powerhouse Hobbs as his deputy, and then we've got Rich Swann, who I've recently brought in, Ricochet, and Prince Nana as the support. So we've got the leader, we've got the deputy, and then we've got the tag team of Rich Swann and Ricochet, who I always liked as a tag team in PWG. We've got the Pinnacle, which is MJF. We've reformed the Pinnacle, and he's got ABC, which I've recently signed Ace Austin and Chris Bay, and he's also brought in his former stablemate Alex Hammerstone, and we've got Bobby Stevenson, who was Damian Kemp in NXT, so he's like going to be MJF's lackey basically. United Kingdom, which is basically the same, and then Top Flight, which is basically the same. So yeah, so that's the stables done. Just quickly go through the champions at the moment. Okada's Continental Champion, TBS Champion is Mercedes Moné, Jack Perry's the TNT Champion, Mariah May's the Women's Champion, no World Champion at the moment, and we've got the Young Bucks as the Tag Team Champions at the moment, but that could change at any point. So, right, with all that, going through all that, I think we're ready to go for our first show. So, actually, we'll just go through Ring of Honor, I think. I don't think there's much to be talking about Ring of Honor. I'm looking forward to actually booking Ring of Honor because of the main fact that, one, I've got Jeff Jarrett, who's probably going to be my champion for a while, because I just feel like him as a champion in Ring of Honor. I think he's the TV champion, isn't he? Yeah, he's the TV champion. So basically, I've brought over the AEW World Trios titles. I don't know how to merge them. I think I just need to get rid of that. In fact, I'm going to just retire that. So there you go. So we've got the AEW World Trios titles in Ring of Honor. We've got Lee. I can't get my words out today. I'm so sorry. Lee Moriarty is the pure champion. No women's world champion at the moment because Athena's left to go to AEW. We've got Red Velvet as the women's TV champion, and then Mark Briscoe is the Ring of Honor world champion. We've got no tag team champions at the moment, and we've got Jeff Jarrett as the TV champion. So I think a long run with the TV title for Jeff Jarrett, and I think I'm going to start a stable with him if I haven't done it already. I don't think I have. But we've got the infantry, which I've already gone through last episode, and we've got the Premier Athletes as well. But just in case you want to refresh, I'm just doing that. We've obviously got Top Flight and Ring of Honor as well. So that's that. And then I think that's it. I think we'll just quickly look at this. Franchise players, we've got Jeff Jarrett. Next big things. So I'm thinking Billy Starks with the women's title. But yeah, Andretti will probably get a decent push in Ring of Honor. We've got Layla Hirsch, who could be a good heel bully to go against Billy Starks. And then we've got Dante Martin, Carly Bravo, who's in a tag team with Sean Dean. We won't bother with these. I don't see the point, so we'll just do that. But I think that's it now. We've got a Ring of Honor show tomorrow night as well, so we just skip forward. I used the editor to add a few £1,000,000 in the Ring of Honor finances, because I think in real life, obviously, they're bankrolled by Tony Khan, so they don't really need to worry about money. So, and because it's not reflected already on the game, I think what I'll have to do is just keep topping their money up every so often. Hopefully, I can get a decent TV deal down the road with Ring of Honor, and they can be self-sustained. But yeah, so we've signed some new wrestlers as well, some more wrestlers. We've got Killer Kelly, Mike Bailey. So Mike Bailey is going to be going in the conglomeration, whatever they're called. The stable Orange Cassidy is in. I'm really sorry. I'm getting every word wrong. Trey Miguel and Zachary Wentz as well, and Tomohiro Ishii, who obviously he will be going in the conglomeration, as ever they're called. But yeah, nice boost to the tag team division here. Trey Miguel and I forgot to complete him first. And obviously, Killer Kelly would be a very good addition to either Ring of Honor or the AEW roster itself. I feel like she's probably better suited for Ring of Honor at the moment. So I think, in fact, before I forget, I'm going to send her down there. I just feel like she'll get more chances there. She'd be definitely a very good opponent for Billy Starks down the road. Right, so there you go. So she's down there. We just need to add a few people to... Actually, we'll do teams first. So we have got the team of Alienated Youth. Is that what they're called? They're not called that in real life, are they? The Rascals, aren't they? Right, the Rascals. So that's them added. Is there any other tag teams we can add? I mean, we could add these as a tag team, but I'm not going to. But I think that's it pretty much. I don't think there's any other tag teams we can add there. And then stables, we just need to add a couple of people to the conglomeration. They'll have a pretty big stable by the end of it, I reckon. Tomohiro Ishii, we'll put him as the muscle of the group. And then Mike Bailey, we'll have him as a member. I really could do with a logo for the conglomeration as well. Hopefully I can find one. But yeah, that will do. The AEW background's fine for what we need it for now. So that's a nice boosted stable there. Nice baby faces. I think that's it now. I think we'll just get cracking with... Oh, we'll just go through... We'll just click yes to that. Right, and so we've got our first shows coming up of the episode. Let me know in the comment section if you'd like me to do recaps and stuff like that about before I start the show, or would you rather I just start the booking the shows? Let me know. So we'll do this bit first. Oh, wouldn't that be hilarious just to book a show here at the Performance Centre? We won't be doing that, obviously. Right, so we're expecting 394 people. So I feel like we need to go 380 to 400. Right, so we got this one. Highland News Sun Centre, wherever that is. So we'll just book that. Booking team meeting. It's Ring of Honor first. So I'll book this offline in a second anyway. I don't really want to bother with the creative side of things yet. Locker room instance. We've got Boa has turned up, requested to be allowed to be hanged backstage. He's an unemployed worker who happens to live nearby. He's not worked for Ring of Honor before. Boa is 29 years old, a professional personality type. He has no relationships. We'll bring him in. I'll have him job to somebody. Vincent's turned up. He is quite old, so I'm gonna go no for him. Right. Sammy Guevara has been spreading rumours about Atlantis Jr. Always led to a fistfight. Damn you, Sammy Guevara. There we go. So I've got somebody in charge of disciplining the wrestlers here, so it saves me doing it. Training. Jody Fret and Tomoka Inyaba really getting on well backstage. Their good mood was infectious and lifted everyone's spirits. If I can remember, I might put them in a tag team together in a match. And then Dustin Rhodes has taken Dustin Waller under his wing as his protege. So the two Dustins are getting on very well. Sammy Guevara was clearly not happy with Stokey Hathaway, apparently irritated by the male officers' team building efforts. Yeah, Sammy Guevara might get rid of him because he has got a troublemaker personality, and that's not good for what we want. So he is very talented, but I feel like he's another one that he's part of the originals, but I feel like he's never pushed on like others did. I think he's done well for it at the time. He was TV champion a couple of times, but I feel like it's run its course. Anyway, I'm going to book this offline, and then I'll come back with the first show of the episode. Right, we're back for the Ring of Honor episode. I've done a couple of the pre-match matches I like to do just to test people out, just to see who's decent, and then put them in like a singles match. So we had a 5 versus 5 women's match where we had on one team, we had Alice Crawley, Chantal Jordan, Heather Reckless, Hisoka, and Jada Stone versus the team of Kenzie Page, Kyle sorry, Kylie, Alexa, Lena Cross, Sierra, and Lady Frost. Lady Frost is already on the roster, but I run out of other heel women wrestlers that I can put in there that haven't already wrestled for Ring of Honor. By the way, we have a crowd of 367, so I think that's okay from what I remember the predictions. I think it was like 380, so it's not too bad. Jada Stone 32. Let's have a look. See who's the best worker. So Lady Frost obviously 42. Kenzie Page was pretty good, so 46. So that's one. She's one to watch out for. I know in real life she's doing well on the indie scene. Lena Cross wasn't too bad. Alice Crowley was pretty good, and so was Chantel Jordan. Who was the worst one? Hisoka, unfortunately, only with a 19. Maybe we might look to maybe get rid of her eventually. I don't know. We'll see if she improves. She's still quite young. I think she's only 19 on this game or something like that. So plenty of time to improve. Circle down here. The bout dragged because of the lack of flow being noticeable. So that's the segment got a 31, 11 for the crowd. They really weren't into it, but then it was a pre-show match, so it's fine. Wrestling got a 34, so right. And then we also did a men's pre-show match as well. So we had another 5 versus 5. We had the team of this is the babyface team of Alpha Wolf, Dragon Bane, Cosmico, Helos, and Ichiban versus the heel side of Leon Slater, Nieto de Lismark, Oni El Bandito, Zandacon Jr., and Alex Price. So about the heel team won after Leon Slater got the pin on Alpha Wolf with the Swanton 450. So we put this match as like a Lucha Libre high flying match. So there'll be lots of high spots. The segment got a 38, 8 for the crowd, so they were into this even less than the women's match. But again, it's a pre-show match, so it's not an issue. Wrestling rating got a 42, so that's pretty good. Unfortunately, El Bandito has sustained a chronic knee pain. Ichiban with a 51, which is pretty good. Who was the... I'd have thought Leon Slater would have been the... Yeah, Leon Slater was the slightly better worker. I know he wasn't. Alpha Wolf was pretty good as well. Dragon Bane was pretty good. And Ichiban. So maybe the next show I might do a 4-way with the 4 best workers, and then let's see if they can improve on their performance. But Nicho de Lismark was the worst performer, and then Cosmico and Halesios weren't too good. But hopefully they'll in time they'll improve. At the end of the day, some of these are going to improve quicker than others. But yeah, the injury took its toll on the. The injury that Bandito worked through took a big toll, and then Cosmico seemed off his game, and so did Sendoken Jr. The match went on a little bit too long for the aim, so maybe if I did a shorter match, because I think it went. How long did it go on for? 19 minutes. Yeah, I did it for like 20 minutes. That's the standard for me usually is to do a 20-minute match, so we'll try and remember to either pace it a little bit better or do less next time. But yeah, Bandito has sustained chronic knee pain from the match. Cosmico has now got heat backstage after he caused the injury. So this guy here, BK Westbrook, will let me click on his profile? No. He's potentially going to be really, really good on the mic. So I got him to cut a promo, just bigging himself up. And it got a 37, which is pretty good. So, and he enjoys having the freedom to go off script. That's really good as well. So that's good. So he could be definitely our version of MJF. Or the next MJF, maybe. The match he had was subpar wrestling and non-existent crowd heat. So he definitely needs to improve in the ring, but hopefully with better wrestlers, he can do that in time. We had him defeat Yuto Kikuchi by disqualification. So I messed up. I put cheat win, thinking he'd get like a counter win. I need to be more specific because it makes it look like the good guy wrestler purposely got disqualified. But you can spin it around and just say like BK threw a weapon into Yuto's hands, and the ref thought that he attacked BK and then disqualified him. So like a Eddie Guerrero type of thing. The second one got a 43. The crowd dead for this. They were not interested at all. and the wrestling got a 38. Crowd at the end was white hot though. So hopefully we've got a star in the making in time with BK. We will see. And we did a tag team match with the Kingdom squashing the team of Mexico Boys, which is Noise Boy, he's called Noise Boy, and Spider Fly. I think Spider Fly's mask looks really cool. Not too happy about Noise Boy, but yeah, we also tried to keep the team of the Mexa Boys. We tried to keep them strong in the match, even though it was a clear win from the Kingdom. We also tried to steal the show with this match as well. The segment got a 51. Crowd was sort of into it with 17. Well, this is the biggest. This is the happiest the crowd's been so far. Wrestling got a 48, which is pretty good. Noise Boy is the better worker out of the two in the tag team with a 47. He wasn't far away from Mike Bennett and Matt Taven, so in the ring he's pretty good. Obviously we got bonuses for the Kingdom tag team being so good. Same with Maria Kanellis, obviously having great chemistry with them as well. Confusingly, Matt Taven and Mariah, I keep saying Mariah, it's not Mariah, Maria are on different sides of the face-heel divide, so I need to do something about that. Let me just... Oh, hold on. Matt Taven is visibly upset after this match because Spider-Fly almost injured him with a botch move. Well, that's not good. So a lot of sloppiness going on here. Right, hope that didn't spoil too much when you saw that screen now. I apologise. I just need to do this before I forget. We'll just reset this. Right, so Matt Taven is a heel. So Maria, yeah, she's babyface. Right. There is no turn currently prepared. She's no recent turns, so we just need to do an angle, which I can probably do now. Fit it in. Add angle. Maria. Attack. And then we'll just put Spider Fly. Victim. So we'll just do that. And then road. And then we go turn Maria. There we go. So, oh, sorry about that noise. I'll just put heel turn just to be quick. So you lot aren't even got to put up with this. Right, there we go. And now I need to... I'm sorry if this spoils the booking for you. What? Maybe I should have paused this. I am still new to this content creating, so I'm not going to get everything right. Oh, actually, do you know what? I can just get rid of the post-match beatdown. There we go. So, right, continue show. Sorry about that, everyone. So, Mariah... Oh, my God. I feel like changing the name to Mariah because it's easier for me. Right, so Maria attacked Spider-Fly after the match. We'll just go turn heel. There we go. Nice and easy. Complete success. So, now everything's sorted. So, next time the Kingdom wrestle, it's not going to be confusing. Right, the next match we had was another match like to try and debut a few wrestlers. Jody Fret, Session Martina, and Tomoka Inyaba. And we also had Mercedes Moné, Layla Hirsch, and Diamante in there. So, who ended up winning the match? So Mercedes Martinez won. The second got a 51. Crowd was into it as compared to the other matches so far, 21. So that's the most over we've had the crowd, I think, so far. Could be wrong on that one. Wrestling rating was 43. Jody Fret wasn't too bad, 40. Inyaba 46. So maybe we've got a good worker in there as well. And then who was the worst one? Everybody was pretty good, actually. It was Session Martina, but then again, she seemed off the game as well. So maybe next time she wrestles, she might be better. But yeah, not too bad. And then we had a promo from Jeff Jarrett just saying, ain't I great? Going back to what he used to do best when he was in WWE in the early 90s as a country singer, wrestler. But yeah, segment got a 73, which is the best segment we've had all show. Really good. And he did a masterful job of improvising interactions with the crowd. the segment did deserve better colour commentary, so maybe we need to bring in a better colour commentator to Ring of Honor. And then he ended up having a match, successfully defending his TV title in a rematch against Atlantis Jr. with the figure 4 leg lock. The segment got a 55 rating. Crowd was into it enough with a 36 rating. Wrestling got a 53. Both wrestlers were pretty decent compared to everybody else so far. Atlantis Jr. seemed off his game, so maybe he would have been better in a different situation. And then we did a post-match beatdown by Jeff Jarrett on Atlantis Jr. just for the sake of it, to give Jeff some heat. And then in the main event, we did we had Lee Moriarty defeating Dante Martin to retain his title, his Ring of Honor pure title. The segment got 56. Crowd rating was 32 and the wrestling was 49. Lee Moriarty was the better worker out of the two. Unfortunately, Dante Martin and Layla Gray are an awkward pairing. They just have no chemistry whatsoever. And then we need to pull the trigger on the babyface turn of Lee Moriarty, because at the moment him and Trish Adora are not working well. So I need to do that in a minute. I need to get rid of Layla Gray as Dante Martin's manager and figure out how to turn Lee Moriarty babyface for the next show. But anyway, that's not too bad. Yes, I know Dante Martin. We've increased our popularity in 49 regions, which is pretty good. We used a few wrestlers too much, but that's expected because we're not going to have stars on the show, every show. And then the crowd, we had 367 people turn up. That's that. Right, injury review. So Bendito is out for 79 days now. We might be able to do something about it to get him there quicker. Ticket sales, we've got 4,404, 1,146 in merchandise. But, you know, overall the costs were minus 7,281. But I don't mind losing money on Ring of Honor. It's not a local to global. No improvements in popularity by the looks of it on here, or downgrades, which is not too bad. So that's that done. But yeah. And then I think when I click after this, the next day, we'll have AEW. I changed it after last episode, so we're going to have a Ring of Honor taping once a week, every week. But I think I might have added another show for Ring of Honor. I'm going to look in a minute and see if I have actually done that. I could be wrong on that one. But I thought I'd try and give Ring of Honor 2 shows a week as well. So we'll go Ring of Honor first. I just want to have a look at the... No. So, yeah, I need to do something about that. Events and TV, there we go. So, yeah, High Velocity, I definitely added it every Monday. So why has it not come up on here yet? Oh, that was that was just the show that we just did, High Velocity, wasn't it? So, okay, right, let's go. I just had it, there we go, Events and TV. So we've got Ring of Honor on, let me just check that this is right. So, yeah. Shown on Thursday, held on Saturday. That don't make sense to me. I'm going to change that to Thursday. Take one show at a time. Yeah. So it should be... Have I fixed that now? No. Because it's saying Ring of Honor 14 in 16 days. I'm really confused. Let me know in the comment section what I need to do with that, because I've got no idea what I've done. As far as I'm concerned, I've done everything right. We've got Kayla Kelly in Ring of Honor now, so we can give her a debut in the next show. But yeah, we've got no Velocity, and we've got no Honor Club show, even though they're meant to be scheduled. Oh, there must be something here that's so obvious, and I've not figured it out yet. Right, Velocity, A show, 2 hours Monday, shown on Tuesday. Tape one show at a time. Brand? No, it's nothing to do with the brand. Dormant? No. So why is it not coming up? I'm really confused by that. Okay. I don't know what to do. I generally have no idea. Okay. Anyway, that's Ring of Honor. Right, so I just need to get rid of Dante. So, Dante Martin. We'll put Leo. Oh no, we can't put Leo. We'll put, yeah, we'll just leave him. We won't bother out giving him a manager. Right, so that's that. Okay, so that's that done. Right, so let's go to AEW now. See if there's anything worth looking on there. Let's have a look. So we've got Jay White's returned to the company. Kota Ibushi has been offered a contract by Choco Pro. Bobby Lashley's injured. He broken his jaw in a house show. Taking a few weeks, so that kind of derails the storyline with Swerve a bit, but we can work around it. Last night's house show held in Kanto drew 391 pounds fans. I'm all over the place today, everyone. I don't know what's up with me. I am sorry. I've been ill. I was really ill last. I won't go too much into details, but I had a bad stomach, and then not last night, like before, I literally had no sleep. I just couldn't sleep at all. So I think I'm all over the place. I slept well last night, but I think I'm still not back to normal. But yeah, right. Let's have a look at absences. There we go. So we can operate on Jordan Oliver. Oh, I need to mute that sound so it doesn't blow your eardrums out. Bear with me. There we go. So that's all we can do with the absences. We just had a look at absences actually. We've got Adam Copeland's out obviously for a while. 175 days. Let's see if there's anybody back soon. El Hijo del Vikingo will be back in 11 days. MJF's injured for a while, isn't he? Where is he? MJF is away filming, sorry, so he's not back for 85 days. So why have I got a storyline with MJF? Anyway, Samoa Joe is filming. He'll be back in 14 days, though, so that's good. And then we've got Swerve, who'll be back in a few days as well, so we can't even do much with Swerve either. So that's story. Let's have a look at the storylines. Have we definitely got MJF in the story? No, we haven't. What am I on about? Right, that's good. I think there was a reason why I didn't have MJF in the storyline. It's probably because of that. Right then, let's go to the next day and see how we get on. Hopefully, some interesting news. If not, we just crack on with the first AEW show of the episode. Just wait for this to hurry up. Hope you're all okay. Hope you're having a nice week. Hope you had a nice week. There'll be less of this in between, chopping in between. It was just, I didn't see the point in pausing the filming because it would literally take 5 seconds to do it. Right. So we've signed JT Dunn after the scouts recommended him. I feel like he needs to probably be in a stable. Bad Dude Tito injured. I think it's just that we haven't got them on our roster. They just, for some reason, come up as an inbox. I think we might have them on that show. Oh, yeah, because I've got every single wrestler from New Japan shortlisted, so that'll be why. Right, what was I just about to do? Oh, yeah, stable. So who would he be suited for? JT Dunn. Let's have a look. I think he's a heel. JT Dunn. No, he's a babyface. Okay. So actually, I think he would be good in Bullet Club Gold. I think. I don't think he doesn't suit the House of Black, and he doesn't suit the conglomeration. Plus, conglomeration is very boosted. He doesn't suit being in Top Flight either. Maybe I could just turn him heel automatically. I think. But do you know what? I might just put him in with the Dark Order because I don't see him doing too much. So I'll just put him in the Dark Order. Right. That's a bit of a demotion. He went from being in the Bullet Club to the bloody Dark Order. Poor JT Dunn. Let's have a look at the creator for a second and see who hidden gems before we crack on. So I don't know why because they keep recommending Trish Adora, and we have got her under contract. Robin Renegade is somebody I got rid of because I just don't really rate her, so we won't bother with that. See the inbox items. No, nothing. Oh, let's have a look at the viewing figures. 66,440. Sorry, 404. So that's not too bad. Right. Here we go. So select tonight's venue or location. We're expected to have 1,889. So let's have a look. Oh no. Let's go a bit quick. Oh, I've done that wrong. I'll keep thinking you can do like 1,500, but you can't. I remember that from last one. We go 2,000. Right, okay. So let's see. That one would probably be ideal. Club Le Vela. Booking room. Right. we'll spend some actually this time. What I'm going to do is go character idea, and there's no restriction on this idea. Likely to succeed. We'll go. No, we'll leave it as that for now. How much? How good is this creative team? Not very good by the looks of it. After all the bonuses and penalties were applied, the meeting generated a total of 144. I need to get somebody in to be on the creative team here because they're not very good. Right, locker room incidents. So Aaliyah has turned up and asked if she might be able to use her tonight. She's an unemployed worker and happens to be living nearby. I mean, WWE did hire Ty Mello, and she did relatively well there. So I think we'll give her a chance. She's not the best worker I've seen her in WWE, but she is likable. The crowd does like her. She does have that likability factor, I think, when I've watched her a few times wrestle to a point. So, right, so there we go. So we'll just... Locker room instance. Billy Gunn has been passing on his tips of user psychology to his child, Austin Gunn. Mercedes. Mason Madden helped create a relaxed atmosphere when he set up a barbecue outside and cooked for everyone. That's nice of him. The backstage rumour mill has been overdrive that Jordan Grace and AR Fox apparently got into a heated argument. That's not good. Yeah, we've got Jordan Grace as well. Sorry, spoiler alert there. Training. There has been some grumbling backstage from Bryce Roundberg, who is not happy about Paul Turner being the senior ref. So as Aubrey, so we need to get rid of Paul Turner as the senior ref, I think. Right, won't bother anything on there. Okay, so right, I'll be back in a minute with the first AEW show of the episode. Right, I'm back with Dynamite. In the end, I've only done one tournament match on this episode of Dynamite, so Collision will probably have the 3 remaining first round tournament matches. So in a pre-show match, we decided to give the stable of La Fascion Ingoblables a win versus the Dark Order. It also gives the debut to... Oh yeah, so I put in Doki, sorry, his name. Doki? I'm going to call him Doki. I could be wrong. I know he used to be in New Japan, but I can't remember how they pronounce his name. So he's now in La Fascion Ingoblables. And I know I'm saying that wrong, by the way, so I apologise if I'm butchering that. We'll just call them LFI. LFI, that's a lot easier for me to pronounce. But yeah, the team of LFI of the Beast Mortos, Rush, Dralistico, and Doki defeated the Dark Order team of Alex Reynolds, John Silver, Alan Angels, who's made his re-debut for AEW, and the debut of JT Dunn as well. So a few debuts here. The segment got 57, the crowd was sort of into it with a 27, and the wrestling got 57. So just a way of just building the crowd up before the show actually begins with the pre-show match. Jake Roberts did some good work at ringside, which is good. The Beast Mortos and Jake Roberts have great chemistry, which is really good because I really do want to push the Beast Mortos. I think he's so awesome. In the other pre-show match that we did, we had a 4 versus 4 women's match. So we had Aaliyah, who asked to come to the show. So we booked her with Millie McKenzie and Ty Mello and Venny. And I think Venny is making her debut, but I could be wrong. Versus the heel team of Holly Cameron, debuting Masha Slamovich, Serena Deeb, and Chris Statlander. The segment got 50, 30 for the crowd, and wrestling was 49. The best worker in the match was probably Venny with a 64, so she's definitely one to watch out for, Venny. How did Millie do? Millie got 51, so she's not too bad as well. But yeah, definitely good way. And then in the last pre-show match of the night, we had the debuting KC Navarro defeating the debut KC Ferreira and with the Jesus piece. The match was designed to revolve around a lot of high spots. The segment got a 40, 11 for the crowd, and 34 for the wrestling. KC Navarro, pretty good worker, 41. KC Ferreira, I think we'll probably send him down to Ring of Honor. I think he was a wrestler that I forgot to send to Ring of Honor, but we just give him his debut anyway. He did okay, but I think he needs a bit of he needs to do a bit more in Ring of Honor before we bring him up to AEW. But yeah, good little win for Casey Navarro, who will probably mostly be doing pre-show matches. We'll see how he gets on. If I think of a place to put him in, I will. And then the first match of the actual proper Dynamite episode was the tournament match between Takeshita and Hook, and Takeshita wins with the submission. I did this match as a technical masterclass because both workers, their main attribute is technical. So Takeshita won by submission with the wall of Takeshita. The segment got a 69, 45 for the crowd, 58 for the wrestling. Takeshita was standout performer, 76. Hook not so much with a 40, so that's not good. But yeah, we'll just see how it goes on from there. And then in an angle to help with the Will Ospreay Carl Fletcher storyline, we had Will Ospreay being interviewed by Renee about his history with Carl Fletcher. And then Will Ospreay starts to speak, but Carl Fletcher and Don Callis walk past and both wrestlers shout abuse at each other while Renee tries to calm the situation down. The second got a 59, which is okay, and the storyline advances with that. And then we had the tag team match of Will Ospreay and the debuting Josh Alexander versus the Don Callis family tag team of Carl Fletcher and Gabe Kidd. In a match with had good wrestling, decent reaction from the crowd, Will Ospreay and Josh Alexander won the match when Josh Alexander pinned Carl Fletcher with the TKO. The match was designed so that the wrestlers could go out there and steal the show. In hindsight, probably wasn't the best idea to have Carl Fletcher take the loss. Should have been Gabe Kidd, but it is what it is. I can't do nothing about it now. The segment got a 76. Crowd was sort of into it with a 41, and the wrestling got a 65. Will Ospreay with an amazing 80 rating, and then the next best worker was Carl Fletcher after that. Gabe Kidd did alright, and so did Josh Alexander. So not too bad at all. And then we did a post-match beatdown from Carl Fletcher on Will Ospreay. They got a 45 rating to get that storyline even more nuclear heat. Next angle we had was an outside broadcast angle with Mercedes Moné. The camera shows Mercedes outside the arena. I meant to put arena, but I put area, but yeah. And she is showing off her new gold Mercedes car. She cuts a promo about Willow coming from a poor background and that Willow could never afford a car this good. The segment got a 55, and it advances the storyline between them two. And then in the next match, Willow Nightingale defeated Athena by submission. This match was designed to tell a specific story of Willow overcoming the obstacles with Mercedes Moné, who was backstage and tried to distract Willow. Athena and Willow Nightingale have pretty good chemistry, and it lifted the match. The segment got a 57. The crowd was into it with a 47, and the wrestling got a 59. Just bear with me. I've got a knock on the door. Right, we're back. Sorry about that. And then we did a post-match beatdown of Athena and Mercedes attacking Willow after the match to obviously further that storyline as well. And then in the next match, we had a technical masterclass match between Zack Sabre Jr., who defeated Daniel Garcia. Zack Sabre Jr., sorry, spoiler alert, I signed Zack Sabre Jr. I signed a lot of wrestlers and then completely forget about telling you. But yeah, Zack Sabre Jr. is with us now, and he defeated Daniel Garcia. I think Zack Sabre Jr. is not exclusive to us. I think he's with New Japan as well, similar to in real life when he comes and goes with AEW and Ring of Honor as well. But yeah, he defeated Daniel Garcia by pinfall with the European clutch. During the match, we also had Jack Perry distract Garcia for the loss. So the segment got a 62, 44 for the crowd, and 69 for the wrestling. Zack Sabre Jr. standout performer with 79. He is definitely somebody that we need to be putting in main events with that rating. But yeah, obviously making his debut. The storyline continues between Daniel Garcia and Jack Perry. Unfortunately, Daniel Garcia seemed off his game. The match was poorly placed. A technical match isn't the right thing to be feeding a rowdy crowd. Okay, so I need to learn from that. And then we did an angle afterwards. After losing the match, thanks to Jack Perry's distraction, Daniel Garcia cuts a very angry, intense promo, promising to end Jack Perry's life at Wrestle Dream, and that got a 43 for the segment, and that is the end of that. We've increased our popularity in 14 regions. Unfortunately, we would have gained some, but obviously we need to work on the broadcasting side of things. I keep forgetting to do that. And Carl Fletcher was used too much, so the crowd is not into Carl Fletcher as much as I would have hoped. And obviously we haven't got our confirmation on the attendance yet, but we got a 62 overall rating, and that is that for that. So right, we've got Rampage to book now. The locker room incidents phase has been completed. I think I might put that's one of the tournament matches as the main event on Rampage. I think that's probably the best thing to do to get everything going on there. So I'll be back in a minute with Rampage. Right, we're back for Rampage. I had the Guns defeating the Rascals to kick off the show. Colton Gunn, pinned Zachary Wentz with the Colt 45. Segment got a 65, crowd 38, wrestling 55. Who was the better worker out of the lot? Trey Miguel was the better worker out of all of them. But yeah, the Guns got great chemistry, as you expect, as they've been wrestling for a while, and they are brothers. We did a post-match beatdown afterwards with Trey Miguel and Zachary Wentz attacking Austin Gunn and Colton Gunn after the match. I don't know why it doesn't tell you the tag. It should just say the tag team name, make it a lot easier. But anyway, segment got a 45, just to give some heat back to the debut and tag team of the Rascals. And then we did another tag team match of Top Flight 2, who lost to the debut and tag team of ABC, with Ace Austin pinning Darius Martin with the House of Cards. Segment got a 68, 32 for the crowd, 60 for the wrestling. The debut and tag team of ABC are very good by the looks of it. 66 and 67, a lot better than Top Flight anyway. Darius Martin seemed off his game. Great chemistry from Ace Austin and Chris Bay, which is what we want to see. And then we did a post-match beatdown afterwards with ABC being sore winners by beating up Top Flight after the match. Got a 44 for the segment. And then we did a backstage video of Jay White and Okada talking about their upcoming tournament match. Okada ends the video by calling Jay White a bitch. And the segment got a 60, which was really good. And then in the main event of Rampage, we had Okada defeating Jay White in just under 14 minutes with the Rainmaker. The match was designed so that wrestlers could go out there and steal the show. And segment got a 78. The crowd was into it with a 53, and the wrestling got a 73. So Okada still got the magic. Him and Jay White have got very good chemistry as well. So I think maybe down the road we might do a little bit of a longer match and see how they get on. We used Action Andretti too much, but overall it was a good show. 68 for the rating, and then we had 1,510 people turn up today. So financial report. We got 22,650 for ticket sales. Broadcast revenue was just over $1 million. Merchandise was just over 18,000. Didn't really make much of a loss compared to how much money we're bringing in. Overall profit, we made just over £1 million. So that's good. Popularity recap. We've gone slightly up in certain areas, which is good. So nice. Nice show today, nice episode. We haven't got much time left. I think I've got enough time to do one more show. So whether that's Ring of Honor or AEW, I don't know because I haven't looked. We'll soon find out on here. I've nearly gone 50 minutes already. I don't want this to be over an hour because I think a lot of people will just get turned off by that. I'm trying to get it to an hour. Adam Copeland has said that Harley Cameron has charisma. She has a lot of upside, which is nice to see. Dynamite was shown last night and got a 0.47 TV rating. 359,000 people watched it. So there's that. Right, so we haven't got we've got Wrestle Dream in 3 days, so that'll be next week, and I think AEW Collision will be next week as well by the looks of it. Let's just See if we've got a. I don't think we've got a Ring of Honor. Actually, we might have enough time to do Collision then, by the looks of it. Oh, there you go. High velocity in 4 days, but it hasn't fixed the Honor Club thing, which is annoying. Anyway, right. So we'll do that. We'll do that, and I'll be back in a minute with the Collision show. Right, I'm back with the Collision. So this might be interesting. Roman Reigns has been offered a part in a major movie and will leave to begin filming in 3 months. So we might see WWE decrease in popularity in 3 months. We don't know. We'll see. But it might help us in the long run. Rampage did alright, 0.8. House Show held in Occidente. Only got 308 fans, which is not good. Mikey Nichols and Shane Haste have signed with CMLL for a bit, for 1 day, 1 night deals. I think that's it. We've got Collision coming up, and then Wrestle Dream, but we'll do Wrestle Dream next week, unfortunately, because we just don't have time. This episode will end up being like a 2 hour long episode, and I know people just can't watch that. I mean, let me know in the comment section if you want a 2 hour episode. I'll happily do it if that's what you want. I don't think I'll do it often. But I'll do it every so often if it needs be. Right, so we'll just pick 1,889. So we'll just pick we'll go with a different one this time, see what else is there. Have we got any more? No, it'll have to be Club Lavella again. So we'll just do that one. Boardroom meeting we'll leave for now. Locker room instance. Elijah has turned up and asked if he might be able to use him tonight. Unemployed worker and lives nearby. He's 36. I don't think I'm going to bring him in. So we'll leave it as that. Training. Oh, I forgot to send Casey Ferreira to Ring of Honor. Oh well. Right. Buddy Matthews come to you backstage with an idea for enhancing his character. Okay, that's good. Sammy Guevara has got into an argument. Right, you get an argument with Tony Schiavone, you're off, mate. I'm sorry. Oh, that's a bit of a shame. Right. Good Jordan Grace. Right, so we're going to fire Sammy Guevara in front of the boys because he's a naughty boy. Yep, you're off, mate. I don't care if it costs me 84 grand. You're an absolute liability. I actually like Sammy Guevara in real life. I like watching his YouTube show. I do rate him as a wrestler, but yeah, he is a pain in the bum. Right, let's get cracking. I will book this show, and I'll be back in a minute. Right, so here we are with Collision, the last show of this episode. Like I said, sometimes it will be a couple of shows per episode, and then some it will be more. It just depends on how quick I can book the shows and all that lot. But yeah, so we did a couple of pre-show matches just to keep wrestlers active. So we had the 4-man tag team of Hologram and Commander with the with Top Flight tag team of Darius and Dante Martin versus ABC and the Rascals. The ABC and the Rascals won the match. The segment got a 58, 32 for the crowd, 58 for the wrestling. The best worker in the match was Hologram. No, it wasn't. It was Chris Bay, but Hologram did well as well. So that's that. Sorry, my dog is bored and jumped up as I'm trying to talk. But yeah. Anyway, right, in the next match for the show, next segment, we had another pre-show match, and it was a 4 versus 4 women's match. So we had Shida, Shirakawa, Veni, and Ty Mello versus Harley Cameron, Chris Statlander, Serena Deeb, and Masha Slamovich. And the babyface team won when Shida submitted Slamovich with the Full Metal Muffler. The segment got a 60, 34 for the crowd, 52 for the wrestling, and by the looks of it, I think Veni was the best worker out of the lot. Shida wasn't too far though, but like it was pretty much close between the two of them. So yeah, so Harley Cameron was the worst one out of the lot, but obviously we know that she is not the best women's wrestler. She is a pet project. We're trying to make a better wrestler, putting her in there with better workers. She is strong on the mic, so we put her and then got her to cut a comedy promo after the match, which worked quite well. Got a 41 segment for that. And in the next match, which is a tournament, AEW Heavyweight Title tournament match, we had Will Ospreay defeating Carl Fletcher with the Oz Cutter. The match was designed so the rest could go out there and steal the show. The segment got a 63. The crowd got a 48. The wrestling was only a 66, which I was surprised about. But yeah, Will Ospreay got a 74 rating. Carl Fletcher, fortunately, not rated very well, 58. The match dragged at the end as it was too long for the workers to keep an all-out pace. So next time I need to be a bit better with that. But we also had Will Ospreay and Carl Fletcher take a stump bump to try and make the match a bit more stand out a bit. But yeah, the crowd were buzzing after this match, which is good to see. And then we had, after the match, Will is celebrating only for Carl to attack Will from behind with a steel chair, and Carl destroys Will's arm with the chair. Is Ospreay able to continue in the tournament? The segment got a 46, so we'll see. We'll have to see if Will can carry on in the tournament with a injured arm. We had a surprise video promo from Swerve, who promises to destroy the Hurt Business one by one. That got a really good segment rating of 75. Was not expecting that. The storyline carries on with that segment, but that's really good. Good boost to the show rating. We had a four-way women's match with Athena defeating the debut and Jordan Grace, Millie McKenzie, and Jamie Hayter when she pinned Millie McKenzie with the top rope stunner. The match was designed to be chaotic and full of action in order to get the crowd going. The segment got a 63. Crowd was sort of into it with a 37 rating. Wrestling rating was 61, which is pretty good. Athena was the standout wrestler there with a 68. Jamie Hayter was not too bad though with a 62. Millie McKenzie was the weaker one out of the four, but I think in time she will get better. So yeah, not too bad of a four-way match. And then we did, after the match, we had Willow Nightingale run in to attack Athena until Athena runs away. That got a 57. So that's just to carry on the storyline between Mercedes and Willow. And we did another four-way match. We just threw some wrestlers in there. Buddy Matthews defeated Anthony Bowens, Alex Hammerstone, and Nick Wayne when he pinned Nick Wayne with the Murphy's Law. The segment got 64, 40 for the crowd, and 56 for the wrestling. Who was the better worker out of the lot? Buddy Matthews was the best worker out of the four. So, not too bad at all. And then we had Mariah May cut a backstage promo on Tony Storm, just to carry on with that. And that got a 72 as well. So that's going to be another good boost for this show. Nice way to get the storyline going. Mariah May has invented a new catchphrase that will likely boost the ability on the microphone, as she now has a go-to line. So we had this because Mariah May prefers to improvise, so we just let her carry on, and obviously paid off well for us. And then in the main event, we had Shelton Benjamin defeating Orange Cassidy in a surprise win for him. The match was designed to tell a specific story. During the match, we also had Bobby Lashley run in and attack Cassidy to help Shelton Benjamin win. The segment got a 68, 46 for the crowd, 57 for the wrestling. Orange Cassidy was the better worker out of the two with a 66. But yeah, and then to end the show, we had Swerve return to make the save from a 3-on-1 beatdown of Orange Cassidy by the Hurt Business. That got 61, and that continues that storyline. So yeah, so that increased our popularity in 16 regions. It gave us an overall rating of 64, and 1,562 people turned up. So financially, we don't ever need to worry about it. But yeah, we basically made an overall profit of 918,000. Popularity we've increased in Western Europe and also in Australia. So that's good. I do need to offline fix the issue we've got with broadcasting in Australia and stuff like that. So I might need to improve on that as well, hopefully. Try and get a broadcasting deal in Australia and Japan and stuff like that. But yeah, exciting times ahead for AEW. I've really enjoyed doing this episode. It was longer than I was hoping for, but I don't mind that as long as you lot don't mind it. If it starts becoming a bore, let me know and I'll try and get it a little bit less. It does take a long time to book an AEW show. So, but yeah, Grayson Waller's gone from PWA. Oh, he's with obviously he was WWE. I thought he was a free agent then, because he'd be somebody I'd probably look to bring in because he's quite good on the mic and he's a pretty good worker. He's one of the few I'd bring in from WWE because he's young as well. How old is he? He's only 34, still got time on his hands. I thought he was younger than that, but yeah. Relationship. Oh, let's have a look at Collision first. Collision viewership figures 0.12, 93,380. Relationship change. Your personal relationship with Sammy Guevara has gotten worse, but that's fine because I fired him, so I expect that. So I think he's still with Ring of Honor, though. I think. I could be wrong. But yeah. Right, so let's just go through a couple of things before we go. So let's have a look at creative. So the creative's still the same. Chris Bay is now our next big thing. We've got Kato Kiyomaya as well. Hook, Volkingo, and Mariah May. Hot prospects is Chris Bay, Kiyomara, Dorada, Takeshita, and Hook. Anybody different on that one? No, that's the same. Showstoppers is, I think, the same. Ring General's the same. Who's hot at the moment? Athena, Swerve Strickland, Will Ospreay, Hook, and Tony Storm. Who's not? Ricochet. So that's that. I feel like there was something else I needed to show you, but I can't remember what it is. Let's have a look at the storylines while I'm figuring that out. So at the moment, Daniel Garcia versus Jack Perry is got hot heat. Very hot heat for Mariah May versus Tony Storm storyline. Hot heat for Mercedes and Willow. Very hot heat for Swerve versus Hurt Syndicate, even though they're the Hurt Business, but yeah. And then hot for Will Ospreay versus Carl Fletcher as well. Right. I think I'm gonna. Oh, let's have a look at the tournament. Yeah, that's what I meant to look at. So these are the quarterfinals of the tournament. We've got Adam Page versus Bobby Lashley, Daniel Garcia versus Jack Perry, Takeshita versus Okada, and Will Ospreay versus Shelton Benjamin. So, let me know in the comment section your predictions for what you think is going to happen in these. Who do you think is going to advance in these tournament matches? Let me know. Let's get some feedback going. I would appreciate it. And I think that is it. I'm going to call it a day. Thank you for persevering. Let me know, like I said, if you enjoy the length of the video, if it's too much. Feedback is always much appreciated. On that note, I'm going to call it a day, and I will be back next Friday with another episode. Enjoy the rest of your week. And before I go, sorry, I forgot to say thank you for everybody that watched the last episode as well. Literally, I nearly got the same amount of views and watch time hours for the second episode than I did for the intro episode, so I really do appreciate it. I'm hoping for the same for this one. Please give it a watch, spread the word, try and help me get as many views as possible. I would appreciate it. And like I said, leave comments, let me know that you're enjoying it or not. Anyway, right, I'm off. See you later, all the best. Bye.